Damn.
We get it right. But here, I want my players to look more than me. Come here.
It was like, makes sense to put it here.
Did it work? Okay, there we go. Sorry, Emre was a little covered. All right, go ahead, Carly.
Yeah, just slide a little bit in.
Sorry about that.
Maybe you slide
I don't know if you guys were keeping an eye on the LA game, but Connecticut ended up beating LA, so you guys are the 8th seed if the season were to end today. What's just your general reaction to that outcome, knowing that if the season ends today, that you guys at least did what you could to make a postseason run? I know there's 2 games left, but just Connecticut getting the win today, if you guys want to just give a reaction to that.
I think we got to focus on us. Obviously that's great for us, but I think our focus was just winning this game, right? Like, we can't control what other teams do, but we can control what we do. So I think our focus was coming in here and trying to get a W, and everything else, let the chips fall where they may.
Coach, what did you see out of your team's defensive production early, especially in that first quarter? It looked like there was just tight face guarding. You guys were setting, it was just putting people in corners, a lot of deflections early on. What did you just see out of the defensive production early on in this game?
Yeah, it looked, my team came over here and took care of the business. That's what it looked.
Now knowing that, 2 games left, last home game on Friday, outside of, wanting to just win out and finish the season, what's kind of the message after picking up such a big win today? Is it like wanting to forget and move on and tackle the next one? Or is it let's look at what we did and then figure out what we can do moving forward?
Well, I said the same thing before the game. And Courtney said it well. My players are well aware of what's the situation. I don't need to tell them anything. I don't need to repeat them anything, and they know. They're very professional. They know what's going on. They know what situation we're in, and we just remind ourselves a little bit before the game, and they literally come here to care of the business, and that's what they're going to do next 2 games. That's all I feel it.
Last one for me. Marina and Courtney, you guys both put up 17, and then Kawa 25. You 3 players put up 59 of the team's total points. And Marina specifically, what was kind of working with you offensively today? You were just getting some looks at the 3, also had some good drives inside. What was working for your offensive game today?
I think my teammates did a good job of putting me in positions to be successful. And also just like moving the ball. Like when we move the ball, we get closeouts, we get easier shots, and focusing on winning, not like just yourself.
Thank you.
Annie?
Guys, this was obviously, as Carly mentioned, an important win in terms of regaining control of the 8th spot. But I'm curious if you can describe the importance of a win like this, specifically when you talk about the ball movement. What a win like this does for the team's confidence with just 2 games remaining.
I think it's what we've been saying. Like, we have to play with a level of urgency. It's do or die for us. Every game counts for us at this point. So every game we got to step up and rise to the occasion, because if we don't, we leave it in other people's hands, and that's not what we want to do.
You guys opened the game after Indiana scored the first field goal, but you proceeded to go on that run, got great defensive stops. How did that early run, primarily how your defense contributed to it, set the tone for the rest of the game?
I think it really set the tone. I was just telling E in the locker room, I think her fronting Aaliyah Boston and us being on the backside, they threw it over the top a couple times. We got deflections, got our hands on it, and I think we made them second guess that pass. Obviously, she's a big part of their team, so I think for us to kind of play that cat and mouse game and kind of take some touches away from her was huge for us. For her to only get 5 shots in this game was, again, a testament to our bigs and a testament to our outside defense.
And then Marina, your 3 tonight was the 80th of the season, which ties Allie Quigley for the most 3s scored in a start season. She did that in 2019.
Wow.
So I'm curious, what's the significance of a stat like that for you, especially in your first season with this organization?
Well, first off, obviously, like credit to my teammates. They find me in great spots. But like Allie Quigley's a player that I've watched for a really long time, and I would always say like, how can anyone shoot like her? So to even tie that is great, and I'm just happy I can do that and maybe take it a little bit further this season in the playoffs.
And then Emre, your minutes from the bench.
I didn't play today. You mean
Right,
bench
skill.
players? Okay, I got you.
Um,
Just joke.
I think you're funny. We're laughing.
What's the importance of getting those minutes out of them right now? As you guys push to make this playoff run, just knowing, you can go to them, but yeah, the importance of getting them those minutes right now.
It's huge. It's huge towards the end. Look, I mean, two players, Dana and Robin, were able to play more than almost 26 minutes. And Sika played 16 minutes, which gave us whole a lot. Ruthie were able to play 14 minutes. And we even were able to put Taylor in. I'm so happy for her. She's the person that, waiting for so long and working so hard. It's not easy to, be in that shoe and, you don't get a whole lot minute and you come and play. So they need to thank for the starting lineup first and putting the margin up. But whoever comes off the bench contribute big time. And whenever we do that, we win games. So their part of our winning is huge. We always say that. And whoever comes off the bench, and I'm glad I see that again because they got their confidence back, and hopefully they're gonna continue to contribute in the playoffs.
Thanks,
Mike.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. My question's for Court. Talking about all the playoff experience you've had throughout the years, understanding that the last few weeks, I should say, has been do or die for this team. How important is that, especially going down the stretch in the playoffs when the team's been locked in all month long and they've been trying to be the best versions of themselves and potentially catching a team off guard? Obviously, the Aces, Liberty, and other teams have kind of secured their spots already. Basically, just understanding that you guys have been hot for a long time now.
Yeah, what's the question?
My bad. Basically, just understanding how important it's been for you guys to stay hot, and then how climbing back this past month is going to help you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah, what you asking, big dog?
You want me to get
My
this
bad. Just talking about how important the last few weeks have been for you guys.
Asking like we have momentum going into the
Well, then
playoffs.
answer it, friend.
Basically, I mean, obviously it's a do or die, so we have to win regardless if we want to be in the playoffs, which we have players here that belong in the playoffs, have been there, know what to do, and we're going to fight till the end to be there. And then also it gives you momentum if you go on wins and you keep coming together. All you have to do is click at the right time. So that's what we're looking to do, building off this lock-in zone for the playoffs.
Appreciate you guys.
Ready?
Steven.
You serious?
Hey ladies, great coach. My question is kind of for all three of y'all, if y'all can kind of get some insight on it. Elizabeth Williams continues to show that she's one of the most valuable defenders in the W. And I think a lot of what she does gets lost in terms of looking at the loud box score stats versus what she does on the intricate level with communication and stuff. So if y'all could just kind of speak on what you see from her and what makes her so great for you all.
Yes, kill it, believe it. So I played with E in Atlanta, so we've been playing with each other for a while now. But I think it's exactly what you said. A lot of things don't show up on a box score, but you see, I had 8 rebounds, and that's a testament to E, right? Because she could have easily had 10, but she's knocking it down, passing it over to me, different things. So I think it's exactly what you said. We need somebody that's gonna come in and do those little things and pay attention to the details, because the reality is when you make that run, that championship run or that playoff run, you need somebody that is going to do those little things. And I think we have that in E, and we have that in Land, and we have that in so many other players. But yeah, E is huge for us, and she's been huge for us, and she's going to continue to be huge for us.
Coach, you have anything to add to that?
Well, yeah, we've been talking about her. I mean, there's not enough words to explain her contribution for us. And she's a rim protector. She's been getting tons of blocks, and she's a big threat underneath the basket. So that's help us, that allow us to put pressure in the front end, and whoever drives and just see that Chinese wall right there, right? So and also on the other hand, like tons of rebounds, and like Aliyah Boston scored only 6 points today, and that's a team effort, but it's a big part of it is because of her. She battled underneath the basket, and she's been doing that. She has done against Asia Wilson. She has done against JJ. She has done against a lot players that like dominating inside the paint. So I mean, there's no enough word to explain her contribution for us.
And then my last question for Coach, just sticking to the defensive side of the ball. I think the Fever had 17 assists today and 17 turnovers.
Yeah.
Looking at your rotations specifically, what is it about when you all are able to compile those, like that level of activity consistently, that really just makes a difference between like the end of last game and then obviously what you saw today?
Well, I think first of all, shout out to my staff that they put a good game plan together, and shout out my players that they executed well and they were very focused. We got 12 stop score. You know this. We've been talking about this. We chart those things, and we got 12 stop score and stop, 14 deflection as a team, and we only gave up 5 offensive rebound, and they only score 6 second chance points. I mean, those numbers are talking itself, and I'm glad we were able to do 40 minutes. It doesn't matter who played in that stretch. We put multiple people on Kelsey Mitchell, and they execute the game plan well. So if we have, when we are locked in like this, there's no team that we cannot play. We will be able to play everybody if we're locked in that much, and we put like tremendous amount of investment on it.
Thank y'all.
Last question, final question, Carly Bell.
Yeah, Coach, I just have one quick question. I know Morgan only had 3 minutes early, and then she didn't come back late. Was that just a lineup decision, or was that an injury? I know she ended up coming back later, but was that just a lineup decision for you to pull her out early?
Yeah, it was just a coaching decision, and I think she did a great job. She did an amazing job. Her activity on the court was good, or especially defensive end. It was just like the game just flow like that. That's all.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.